Okay, here is the second page, front and back, lesson 5. And we are going to, now that we know what an inequality is, we're going to try and solve some of them. Again, if I'm going too fast for you, pause it, or possibly a good idea would be to just watch the video and then go back and watch it again and take your notes. So let's get started. So the first problem, we're going to solve one-step equalities using adding and subtracting. So you have n minus 7 is less than or equal to 15. So again, this is the same concept as what we're doing. We want our variable all by itself on one side and we want our constants on the other side. So because we are subtracting we're subtracting 7 from n, we are going to add 7 to both sides. So when I add 7 to both sides, this cancels out and leaves just n, and 15 plus 7 is 22. So n is less than or equal to 22. And now in order to graph that, we are going to draw a closed circle at 22 because it is equal to, less than or equal to means closed circle, and then we're going to shade the line to the other end, to the left. Now down at the bottom, we're going to solve and check each answer. So d plus 11 is greater than 6. So because we are adding 11 to our variable, we are going to do the opposite, which is subtract 11 from both sides. So we have d is greater than or equal to negative 5. So we're going to check this. Or d is just greater than negative 5. I'm sorry, there is no equal to. So d is greater than negative 5. So we're going to check this, and the way we're going to check an inequality is a little bit different. Because it says it's greater than negative 5, we are going to choose a number that is greater than negative 5. 0 is greater than negative 5. So we are going to substitute 0 for d. So when we plug it back into our equation, when we plug it back into our equation, 0 plus 11 is greater than 6. 0 plus 11 is just 11, and 11 is greater than 6. That is true. So d is greater than negative 5 is the correct answer. So on the second page, here we go. We have Edgar's profit of $137 was at least $20 higher than his July profit. What was his July profit? So his August profit was $137, and that was at least, so that was greater than or equal to his $20 higher than his July profit. So we have P for July profit and fill in the $20. So this is our equation right here. $137 is greater than or equal to $20 plus the July profit. So when I look at this, I see that my variable is here. I'm adding $20. So because I'm adding 20 to my variable, I am going to subtract 20 from both sides. And when I do that, I have $137 minus 20 is $117, and 20 minus 20 cancels out, and you're just left with P. So 117 is greater than or equal to P. And we can rewrite this on this line right here. They show us we can rewrite this as P is less than or equal to 117. So Edgar's profit in July was at most $117. Let's go on to the problems at the bottom of the page. Check it out. Number 1. So solve the graph, solve and then graph, they tell us. So b minus 14 is greater than or equal to negative 8. We are going to solve this just like we solve our regular equation. So I'm going to start with a do and undo chart. I want my variables all on one side and I want my constants all on the other. So b minus 14 is greater than or equal to negative 8. So I'm going to use my do and undo chart. and I am subtracting 14, so I am going to add 14 to both sides. So I add 14 to 14, and I add 14 to negative 8. So I'm left with b on one side, because minus 14 plus 14 cancel out. And then minus 8 plus 14 is 6. And we bring down our sign. So I have b is greater than or greater than, so I have b is greater than or equal to 6. So because it's greater than or equal to, we're going to use a closed circle, and our graph is going to go greater than 6, so it's going to go all the way to the right. So on number 2, we're going to solve a plus 15 is less than or equal to 20. We're going to do the same thing, use our do and undo chart, and because we're adding 15 to both sides, we're going to subtract 15 from both sides. So a plus 15 is less than or equal to 20, subtract 15 from both sides, and 15 minus 15 cancels out, so you're left with a on the left side is less than or equal to 20 minus 15 is 5. Now we are going to check this answer, and again, when we are checking, we're going to have to think of a number that is less than or equal to 5. So you can use 5, or you can use a number less than 5. I'm going to choose to use a number less than 5, which is 4. 4 is less than or equal to 5. So 4 plus 15 is less than or equal to 20. 4 plus 15 is 19, which in fact is less than or equal to 20. So this is a true statement, which means that a is less than or equal to 5 is true. Now, for this number 3, it says last year the football team had at least 8 more takeaways than last year, and last year they had 10 takeaways. How many takeaways did they have this year? I want you guys to try this, think about it, don't just give up on it really quick, and it's something that we will talk about in class. So I want you to try this at home. Don't leave it blank, make an attempt, see what you think, read it once or twice because it's a little bit confusing, the wording, and we'll discuss it in class together, and we will solve a bunch more of these inequalities in class. Again, just think of it as the same process as what we've been doing, only we no longer have an equal sign. We have to pay attention if it's less than or greater than, and we have to use our words. We have to understand more than. So I'm going to upload this video now, so you have the first one and the second one, so you guys should come to class with both pages all filled out. And I'll see you in the morning.